Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team, making the swing trade update for our watch list for the week. Just going back over the swing trades this week with the alerts that we set up and just kind of seeing what they've basically done. So this is going to be a great lesson in technical analysis and just watching what's happening with these swing trades, just seeing if they broke out or broke down. I haven't even really looked at these. I kind of glanced at them throughout the end of each day, but I haven't really, when I'm making this video here, I didn't even prepare for it. I'm just going to go one by one just to kind of show you live as I'm seeing it, kind of talking it out, and just give you a good lesson in technical analysis. So let's take a look here. So on 10-9, I did the watch list for 10-10. PK was on there, and we had an alert set up for when PK went at or above 28.30. All right, so let's go over to the chart for PK. You'll see PK here. You'll see the 10th was right here, which means I did it on right here, right where you see this green arrow here. And I had it at or above 1030 because I saw this candlestick wick right here. I probably meant to put it for at above 28.31, but you'll see right here, it kind of went up. And what did it do? It just kind of tapped. It didn't do anything. It kind of rejected, came back down, stayed above the 9 here. Another candle stayed above the 9. So it rejected twice, and then it went up, broke through, closed above, and now here on Friday, it actually has gotten up to, 28.80. So on that one, and it's still technically in play, it's still above the 9. So at this point, you'd want to use, after we broke above that area, you'll see right now, 28.30 is still holding. So technically, you could stay in this position technically until it broke down below there without losing money. Again, it's all a matter of your risk tolerance. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm actually doing a spreadsheet as we talk to you. I'll put it at date of alert, 10. This is for 10, symbol PK. Alert level 28.30. I'm just going to skip that right now. High of the week, we will do 28. What is that? 28.80. 28.80. And you'll see that's up 50 cents. And is it still in play? Let's take a look here. I mean, it's still, again, it's still going. You got to see how this candlestick forms, but it's still above the level of the entry when it broke. So yes, it's still technically in play. Again, it's all a matter of your risk strategy, but that one is up 50 cents on the week. So let's do the next one. And the next one on the watch list was CPT. So we'll go over here, CPT. And that one had an alert. Let's see here. That one was at or above 93.58. So we'll put 10/10, 93.58. Oops. So let's take a look at CPT. CPT. All right, so 93.58. Let's go right over here. That was on the 10th, was right here. This was done right over here. So I put at or above 93.58. It's pretty close. I don't know why I had it, because you can see here, sometimes you have to see, like, sometimes the arrow kind of goes, it's within a couple cents. But you'll see the next day, it just tapped above it, went above up to 93.95, came back down. So at that point, you probably, let's see, 93, came back down here to 92.88. So that would have been stopped out. potentially, but if you stayed in because it was staying on the 9, see, that's the other thing. You got to just kind of just watch your risk management and see. You'll see it went all the way up to technically 94.77 for the week, but I would say that you would have gotten stopped out because I would have gotten nervous probably about this candle right here. So again, it's all a matter of your strategy, but technically this one, if you were still just riding the 9 and it didn't break down below the 9, it's still kind of going up. You'll see it did go and it went up to 94.82. So, where is that one here? 94.82. All right, I'm back. I'm pausing in between because I'm just kind of doing the math and stuff as I'm doing this. So you'll see the alert was at 93.58. The high of week was 94.82. You'll see right up here. It's still technically in play. It didn't fall below this area yet. So again, it's all a matter of your risk tolerance. But once it broke out, a lot of times it breaks down and retests. It's all a matter of your profit taking area. It is still riding above the 9. It's still above the breakout area. So technically, this one has gone up $1.24, and it is still in play. Again, it's all a matter of whatever your risk tolerance is, if you just want to take profit or if you want to have it continue to go. Obviously, this area right here of $95 is resistance, so it is starting to reject. So it's all about doing support and resistance. So obviously you'd probably be taking profit in this level here, especially that $half or that whole dollar amount. But technically, again, it's still in play at the breakout level. Again, I would have probably taken profit at this point and then wait for it to break out again over this 95.02 or level right there. So now let's take a look at DCT. So we'll go to DCT. And this is one for a breakout of at or above 59.22. So let's go here, DCT. What was that one again? 59.22. So let's take a look over there. So right where that triggered, where was that one here? Right there, at or above that 59.22 level. You'll see it went up, touched, came back down, went up again, came back down, went up again. Then it kind of broke out, and now you'll see it did break above this yearly high at right around that 60. What is that here? 60.05, and you'll see it got up to a 60.21. So again, you have to do support and resistance, take your profit levels, but as again, you'll see it's still above the breakout area. It's still above the 9. You can decide whether you want to take profit at all or not, but you know, it went up to 60.21. And I'll pause the video and come back and update it with the price. So you will see that this one was up 99 cents. It's still technically in play. Again, it's all a matter of your risk tolerance. It is at resistance. Again, this is all a matter of practicing your support and resistance and what your risk tolerance is. But technically from your breakout entry, it's still above the breakout entry and it's above the 9. Again, I would probably be profit taking within these areas. But on these swing trades, you know, if you can see right here, just on these first few already, you had, you know, 50 cent, $1, a 99 cent, $1.24 move. And, you know, in less than 4 days, obviously, you know, you buy, you know, 1,000 shares or 100 shares or whatever. I mean, if you bought 1,000 shares, obviously that's, you know, it's a lot of equity or money to put into it, but it's still $1,000. You know, you're just using money as leverage. If you bought, you know, 500 shares, you made $250. You made 1,000 shares, you made $500. It's all using money as leverage. Again, if you're buying options, it could be even more profit with the implied volatility and everything, and depending on when your contracts are. But if you're buying stocks, this is your profit level. If you're buying options, it could be even potentially more, and you could buy options contracts and just obviously not have to put all of this equity out and make even more profit. So let's take a look at, again, I'll put in the dates and stuff later for the video. I just don't want to bore you with all that. But let's take a look at the next one, AEE. So let me just type in AEE. And this one was at or above 59.16. So we'll put 59.16, and let's go take a look at that one. AEE. So you'll see right here that was on, let's see, 10.9. So the 10.10, 59.16. Why did I put that? Let's take a look at right here. It would have been pretty much right above this marker right here, right there. So that's when I did the alert, at or above 59.16. Look what it did. It broke the next day, and you'll see it's still technically in play, and it's running, and it got all the way up to 60.75. So I did the watch list this night. The next day it broke above it. And then it's kind of still going up. Obviously, you want to be careful of that 60.91 marker. That's why it might be potentially dojing and pulling back. But the high it went up to was 60.75. 60.75. Actually, I'll just do the calculator here. 60.75 minus 59.16 equals, what? That didn't work right. 60.75 minus 59.16. It's a profit of $1.59. So 1.59. And is it still in play? I mean, technically it's still in play. It's still above your entry. Obviously, I'd be taking profit right now because it's, at the yearly highs. But again, this thing ran a couple days. It went up to, again, $1.59, and technically it's still in play. So we're 4 for 4, and these things are running. All right, so let's go to SHO over here. SHO. The alert was for at or above 16.30. 16.30. Let's go over there. SHO. And we will see on the 9th, I did that alert right here, at or above 16.30, right over here, which is the high of the day, that candle. Look at that. Next day, it broke out, and you'll see again, it kind of it's pulling back towards its yearly highs, but it went up to the 16.81. Now it's starting to doji. Obviously, it's getting towards the yearly high, so it's starting to doji. But obviously, again, this went up from, up to the weekly high of 16.80. So 16.80. Actually, I can do the math on that one. That's 50 cents. Again, I'd probably get out at this point. I would have sold. Had a couple day run. With these swing trades, again, you're holding them for a short period of time, looking at, support resistance areas. But, technically it's still in play. It's riding the 9. I would, I would be selling once it gets to before these yearly highs and everything, and then maybe looking for another breakout. But you could technically stay in. If you got in down here, that price is still below the 9 and it's still riding up, so it is something you can still technically be in on. So I could say yes, you could still be in on that one as well. And let's take a look at the next one, UTG. UTG. The alert was for at or below 3104. So that must have been a put one. Let's take a look at that one, UTG. And where was that day? So at or below 3104, this marker right here. So you will see it took, what was this day? Took a couple days to get there, but it went down to 30.71. So it cracked just like it showed that it was going to do. Still heading down. You know, it is kind of a doji, so you can, keep an eye on it. But 3104 down to, what is that? Down to 73. What's that, 30, 40 cents? So that one moved as well. I'm not going to put that one on here for right now just because I have it as a put on here and I don't want to confuse myself as I'm updating this spreadsheet. So far, technically, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 6 on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, technically 6 for 6 on that watch list on day one. So not a bad setup. So let's go to the 11th now. So let me X out of those windows. Let's go to the 11th. And let's open up swing trade watch list. And we will go to the alerts and make that bigger. And let's take a look at VVC. So we'll go over here. We'll go to, this will be 1011. And VVC. And that one, the alerts we set up for at or above 66.52. Excuse me. So I hope you guys are seeing this here. When I'm showing you, if you're watching our watch list videos and paying attention, you'll see these are all recorded. So if you go back and you watch the watch list videos, you'll see me making these videos, drawing the resistance areas. And basically, if you were, I'm not saying to always get in on these, especially, and again, this is when you're making your own trading decisions, but we're doing day trading watch lists and swing trade watch lists. The same thing. If you're deciding to get into a position and you get in on the previous day's high, obviously if it breaks below that, you're going to decide whether you choose to get out or not. Usually that's, a lot of times a big warning signal to get out. But if that resistance area breaks, now that area becomes support. And as you can see in all 6 of these now that we have showed on our watch list, they broke resistance areas and technically they have not broken support area yet. So again, that's going to decide whether you continue to stay in the trade or whether you want to get out. But these are really great moves for a 3 to 4 day period, a 4-day period. It's Friday. I probably wouldn't hold much or anything over the weekend. But again, a $1 move, $1.50 moves in less than 4 days. That's huge, especially, again, if you're buying shares, hey, it's a great move. Again, would I put $100,000, $90,000 in the swing trade? Probably not. But again, if you bought the options of it and you bought 10 options contracts, I'm not sure what the options contracts are of this, but if you're putting in $1,000 or $2,000 maybe for the options contracts and it moves up $1, that's some huge money that you could be making. Pay attention to our watch list. And again, all I'm doing just from what I'm showing you guys here is just showing you support and resistance. In our watch list videos, I try to show you patterns. But again, this video might kind of seem boring or mundane, but you have to watch these things over and over and over until it becomes like clockwork. And you're like, oh, okay. Once a stock breaks support or resistance area, that area now becomes support. So I'm just showing you over and over and over again these areas. So basically what you want to do is take our watch list videos, take our alerts, mark these levels, put these support, put these alert levels into your brokerage account, watch them and track them, paper trade on them, get comfortable, and then eventually start investing real money once you you're tracking really good success paper trading. All right, so 66.52 on VVC. Let's go take a look at that one. VVC. You will see I put that mark in on, that was on the 11th. So now I got to go over to right here. So why did I put 66.52? What area? I'm losing my days here. Let me see. Now that I moved up a day, now I'm all confused. What area is right here? 66.90. Why did I do 66.52? Now I'm losing track of my days of when that was. Anyways, this one would kind of worry me a little bit, but this one got up to, what was this one here? 66.73. I would probably get the heck out of that one right now. Just that one worries me too much. The EMAs are still they're trading sideways, but 60, what is that? 67.73. It's actually a better move than I thought. Let me see, 67.73. And I guess that moved more than I thought. See, these ones move a lot more than you think. I'm used to day trading. I'm not personally swing trading these ones myself. So I'm actually just, I do mostly day trading. So actually, this whole process, again, I'm doing this as a test to just kind of see. You guys are going along with me as I'm making this. I have no preconception of, what I'm actually making in this video right now. And you're seeing these stocks, they're moving. It's just the same thing. Support, resistance, support, resistance. This one, again, would make me nervous. So I'm going to say no, this one isn't in play, even though, well, it's technically, it hasn't broke. It just doesn't look good. So I'm going to say no, that one is not in play right now. Let's take a look at AEE again, and we kept that one on there. And so AEE was back on the watch list again, and that one is still in play, so we don't need to do that again. It was just a continuation. I kept it on there. So AFL, we will do here. And let's take a look here. AFL was at or above 83.63. So we'll put 83.63. Let's go over to 80 to AFL. AFL. And this one, what was that? Was that day on 83.63? Okay. So it was a break of this right here. At the break of this candle right above here. And as you see, it broke up, came back down a little bit, and then it still has continued up. And look, now it broke, let's see here, yearly highs right there. They broke the yearly high of the 84.51, and it got up to, 84.68. So again, it's kind of making somewhat of a doji. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It's still a half hour left to go on a Friday. But technically that pattern, it's still holding. Look, it's still going above. It's still holding, still above the EMAs. Again, it's your decision whether you want to stay in or not. But 84.68 is still, let's see if I can do the math without doing that here. That is $1.05. Is that right? 84.68. Yep, 105. And technically, it is still in play. All right. So again, just kind of reiterating this. I know it seems kind of mundane, because again, I'm going back those days. You'll see a break of the candlestick, right? And then you'll see this is what price. Now you want to see what price is doing above that break. And a lot of times you'll get the breakout, it'll fall back down, right? And then it'll go back up, it'll fall back down, it'll go up, fall back down. That's where patterns come in. What is the pattern doing? Is it flagging? What type of pattern is it actually doing? And you'll see, that's where it's forming higher lows. It's at a yearly resistance level. It kind of broke above, pulled back. Technically, it's still in play and it's above your entry. So you can decide whether you want to stay in or not. What is the next one here? Did I do AFL? I think I did. Yep. So next one is LQ. And LQ was at or above 1814. Let's see here. 1814 LQ. Oops. Perfect. All right. So 1814, because it was the high of this candle right here, right? So you'll see that 1814. You'll see again, one up, kind of doji, came back down. One up, kind of dojied, one up. It's just kind of this is a slow grinder, slow mover. But technically this is still in play. It's still above it. But sometimes a lot of these ones right here, it's tough. When it's at a yearly high, you don't know what it's necessarily going to do. But it's kind of a trending one. You'll see the EMAs and how they're running. It's really good. So this is one that could just kind of continue to run. It all depends what you do with it, but you'll see this one up to 1851. Kind of didn't do much, but again, it's already at yearly highs, so you don't necessarily know what a stock's going to do when it's at its yearly highs like that. 1851 minus 18.14. I'm not a big long-term trader, so a lot of these stocks you got to see what's going on with the fundamental stuff like that. This one still is in play. So that's where you're going to determine if you're doing options, or if you're doing stock. If you bought the stock, it might be something you hold on. Again, this is a trending stock. If you look at it's just above the EMAs. This is all super bullish. But again, this could pull back down to the 9 EMA really easily. So that could shake you out. But if it stays above the 9, you can still potentially ride it. But this is just very, very bullish, like trending. And that's where, again, you can decide whether you're going to kind of stay in or not. Just very kind of small candlesticks. It's just a slower kind of burn. Let's see here. In BTI. We'll put in BTI. And BTI was at or above 65.05. If I recall properly, this is one I think had a potential big potential breakout area if it did. I think it was a big pattern if it did break. I don't know if it ended up. I think it was a double bottom. Let's see if it ended up going. I think it rejected. See that? So you'll see I had a really this red line right here. This one did not break, right? So the good news, you wouldn't have gotten an entry because it didn't go and you didn't break above it. Now it's still kind of flagging. Doesn't mean it won't break out. But keep an eye on this. This is definitely a huge pattern. 65.04. So the pattern is still in play, but we did not trade it. So we'll put let's just put no trigger. I'll put yes, no trigger though. So this is definitely one to absolutely keep on the watch list moving forward, right? So next one will be 10-12. And oops. And let's delete these pictures. And we'll go over here to 1012. Swing trade watch list with the alerts. All right, so take a look at this one. VYGR. VYGR. And let's go to the alerts. At or above 24.25. And let's take a look at that. VYGR. Woo! Look at that. Wow. So, that one, 24.25. And this is going to be a perfect example of why they say always take your profits when you have them. So, did exactly what we said it was going to do, right? So 24.25, but look at that. It's at its yearly highs. It's overextended. Look at how overextended these EMAs are, right? So it's these are really separate. It's very bullish. You had a big green candlestick. It did exactly what we said it was going to do and went up. And look what it did. It went all the way up to a whole dollar amount of almost $26, $25.99, and then it crashed. So this move right here, $24.28 to $26, that's a big move. You got to be careful and take your profits. And as you can see, this thing is totally selling off. So big deal. This one went up $25.99, but that's why swing trading, again, support, resistance, gotta watch these things and take your profit. As Tim would say, Tim Davis always says, take your profit. And it's very true. So it did exactly what we said. That's a big move. You'll see $25.99. That was loud. $25.99 minus, oh, that was an alert that triggered off. 24. That's the, here, I'm going to show you. Big move. $1.74. Take your profit. You make that in a day. That's a big deal. You see the pattern in these? A lot of these are really running. But again, once it gets to a yearly high, there's no overhead resistance. It's far away from the EMAs. What's it want to do? It naturally wants to pull back. So this is not, I mean, this is a big sell-off for sure, but it's also between the 9 and the 20, which is right around the 13 EMA. So it doesn't mean it's totally shaken out, but obviously, you know, if you didn't take your profit, you're going to be hurting. So, yes, that's not in play as of right now. And CMC, go right over here, CMC. The alert was for, and you guys should be doing this, guys. Track it. See, you know, just what I'm doing here. Have a spreadsheet. Take a look at these. Track them. See what these stocks are doing. Do them with the day trading list. Do them with the swing trading list. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. So at or above 2031. 2031. Let's take a look at CMC. All right, so we had the alert at 2031. Okay, so it must have been on this day right here, right? So right when it broke, look at that. So you see my resistance lines? Look at that. See where it's dojiing? Look at that. I didn't even look at this today. See this resistance line? Look at how perfectly it's dojiing right at that resistance line of $21. So this broke out and it went right up to 20, I'll just say $20.99, and now it's dojiing. So this is a big pattern. This is like either a double bottom or kind of an inverse head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. It broke out of the first area, went up again, and now it is testing, deciding what's going to do. So 2050, that must have been a second alert because I think I had the first alert right here at that 2031 marker. So I think we'll probably see on the next day swing trade list that you'll see that it went above the 2031, which I believe that is what we said. Yep. And then it continued the next day, and I think I put it probably at above exactly right there. You'll see here 2050 was the next mark, and it stayed above that. And then obviously I put on the watch list. These are all lines that I did on our watch list videos. So if you're watching the videos, you'll see how I mark these out. Be careful at $21, and you'll see it pulled back there. But again, nothing to scoff at these moves. And if you're taking your profits at the right time and you're trading even with options, you can make a killing. Great weekly income doing these. Again, yeah, do you want to make $1,000 a day? Of course. I mean, who doesn't want to make $1,000 day trading or swing trading every single day? It's a ton of money. But, don't underestimate making the power of $1,000 a week. That's a lot of money. Or $500 a week. These are all ones that if you're just timing them right, you can make an absolute ton of money. I'm going to, on this one, yeah, I'd say it's still in play, but now I wouldn't get in it unless it breaks that 21 marker. Now, if this thing breaks, look at that. I am definitely going to watch this one because if this breaks that 21 marker, that could really be a huge breakout. So I am absolutely, I'm going to put that as a totally because I really want to keep an eye on it for potentially moving forward. Because that will be a really nice potential breakout. So next one, ZTO. Put that over here. ZTO. We will see at or above 1538. Let's take a look. And this one, we'll have it at 1538 to break this marker here. It did that, and look what it did. So you'll see here, again, I didn't even change my lines. 1538 was the breakout level, right? And then I had a next level for 1604. What did it do? It did go up and break it, but look at it. It's no coincidence that it pulled back at 1650. So, but that went up all the way up to 1650. That's a great move. So, look at that. 16.50 minus 38. That's what's that? $1.12? Let me just double check that. My math is bad sometimes. Minus 15.38. $1.12. I was right. So this one, is it still in play? See, I don't like it now because it pulled back here. If it stayed up around here, maybe, but I don't know if I like that one still. So I'd put maybe. You see the pattern though? Look at all these. If you got in on the breakouts on all of these, the ones that broke out, you would have had at least a day, sometimes two, to profit. That's why, again, take your profits, but some of them are still in play. But this is just really awesome to watch, guys. This is super cool. We are rocking and rolling. BTI again. That one was still on, I think I even said that one, 6480. Yeah, oh, okay. This one didn't even, this one didn't trigger yet. So, OKTA. Go over here, OKTA. This one is for at or above 28.85. And let's pull that up. 27. So didn't trigger. So this is great. So look at that, guys. It was a key level of a breakout. It did not trigger, which means you didn't get in, and now it's rolling over. So did not trigger, so you didn't get in the position, and it's no longer happening. So that's good, right? So we're going to put no and no trigger. So you didn't lose any money. No and no trigger. So great, perfect. Did exactly, you didn't get shook out. The alerts were right on the money. The alert did not trigger. You wouldn't have gotten trapped. Now the stock's heading down. Might be a potential put or short. All right, so we just have one more left, and let's take a look at it. So VYGR, I think that was still a continuation. Yep, so that was still a continuation. We don't need to put that back on. Let me just put this for 10:13 though. So this is for today. So these are the ones I did yesterday for today. Well, let's see what happened with these guys. FPRX. Excuse me. This one is for, oops. I opened up the same thing twice. Let me do the alerts. Watch list alerts. There we go. FPRX at or above $44. And let's take a look. FPRX 43.27. So shakeout. So look at this. So this one did it. It went up $44 and it shook you out at 44.23. So I'm going to call this one a loss. So this was a fake out, and I'm going to call this one a loss. So it triggered, and then it's a complete loss. So again, that happens. So I'm going to put fake out and loss. Let's see if we can figure out why it did that. Well, we can say big breakout, and it couldn't just do a continuation. You could say, well, it's kind of far away from the 9 EMA. So now with, again, very important with technical analysis and with trading, whole and half dollar amounts are psychological support and resistance areas. So once it broke above that 44, that's a huge, it's a whole dollar amount. So if it broke down, you got to get out of that. So this is one where, let's see if it got up to 44.23. This is just going to be one of those ones you're going to take a loss on. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Again, it is overextended. There was a breakout. So at this one, I would have probably gotten shook out on this one if I took this trade. Using $44, obviously, as my stop, but I don't like it. It was a fake out. But, is it still whole? I mean, yeah, I still wouldn't have risked. I mean, this is still a big drop down. You're taking a loss. If it pulls right back down to this breakout area, you can see this U-bottom breakout. It could easily fall back down there. So I don't like it. It's a loss. Jobs, JOBS. And this one was for at or above 64.77. And let's go over to there. And this one did trigger today. 64, what did I put? 77. Sometimes it's tough to get these wicks proper. 77. So look at that. So this one, now you would have just totally, probably wouldn't have been able to get it. Look at it. It's just it went up, but now it's dojing. So this is a kind of a tricky one. So it's technically, you know, it's got 5 more minutes to the end of the market. It did go up to 65.85. But there's no chance to get an entry. You wouldn't have gotten it. So I was going to say, I'm just going to put, so again, if it stays above this marker, you could stay in. I don't like it. You would have gotten faked out. Too tricky. So I'll put tricky and no. Now, is it a chance? You know, again, got to take a look at today. I'm doing more day trading. I'm not sure if there was any news that came out today. So buying stuff last night into today, going into a Friday, might make things a little bit, you know, more challenging. So you got to look at all those factors. ENR, this is when I really wanted to see what happens. This had an awesome pattern. I want to see what happened with this one today. This one I was really... I didn't go to trade it today, but I just really liked it on the setup, and I just wanted to test it. So ENR, where is that? At or above 48.08. So 48.08. This one had a really nice looking chart, and we will see what happened. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do, but not really huge going on with this. I want to see a really big breakout on this, but it is still holding. So you'll see, look at this ascending triangle wedge here. Beautiful, right above that area. It got up to 48. I can't say that it's not too bad. So it got up to 48.79. So you can't, that's nothing to, it doesn't look very, like, really great, but 48.75 is still a pretty nice size run, and it can still continue up. So I'm going to put that at 48.75. 48.75. And I'll put yes. I would have sold that today, obviously, going into the weekend. So that's 10, 65, 67 cents. Again, nothing to scratch your head at. ZTO, that was still going. That was on, so that's still there. CMC, I think I still had that one on. Yep. And OGE, did I have that one on here? Nope. So we'll add that one on, OGE. And that one was, I'm starting to see charts all over. Sometimes you look at this stuff and it just kind of just like becomes a blur at times. 36.82, did I put? Oh, I didn't put. Let me go over here. OGE was at or above 37.26. And let's go over to the charts. And this one, was that another fake out? Yep. Look at that, huh? Total fake out. And look at that. I should have been aware. So this is where you got to be very careful. Look at my line. I was totally right, but I was not totally right. I should have had it more up right here. See that yearly high of 37.40? Total trap. And total fake out. So that is one where I made an error of not putting it at the 37.41. I should have put it at or above 37.41, maybe even 37.50 because it's a $0.50 amount. So I'm going to put a trap and no for right now. And let's see, a couple more here, or a few more, or one more. UBSI. Let's take a look here. The alerts. UBSI at or above 37.90. End of the bell. End of the day. At or above UBSI. 37.90. No trigger, so you wouldn't have gotten trapped. Yes, it still is in play, but it's fallen below the 9, so I don't like it. So I'm going to put no and no trigger. So up into the ones before yesterday, or the ones yesterday going into today, did not work out very well, so not sure if there was any market news or anything that came out today. But again, if I personally was going to do a swing trade too, I probably wouldn't even be going in from a Thursday into a Friday anyway. So, you know, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll see these just really racked up. So we're just going to test this going forward. Just look at these watch list. I encourage you guys to track them yourself, test them, do it. But you'll see here these. I think I started on I think I even started Tuesday. Was it 10th? Tuesday was 10th. Wednesday 11th. 12th, 13th. Okay, so this started on Tuesday. So we're going to go into a fresh week next week, and we'll start tracking them that way with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But let's just see. We're just going to keep a running track and see with all these. But guys, this is awesome. You know, lots of these dollar plus. If you're buying options on these, you know, again, or even shares. You know, obviously you got to put a lot of capital out there to make a lot with the shares. But again, these are rocking and rolling, guys. So that is the swing trade watch list update. Again, I usually end lots of my videos here just kind of recapping if you're new watching these. If you're not following us on Facebook, we have our Facebook group, which is the stock market community, and also our fan page here, Bullish Bears. Make sure you like and follow our fan page. We post lots of updates on here. If you're not over on our website yet, make sure you go over and subscribe right here to our email watch list and our trade alerts. We send them through here. Join our trade room up over here to get live action. We're in there posting all day long. We also do private coaching as well. We give everything pretty much for free in our community except for private coaching. Obviously, you got to pay for some personal time, but our rates are extremely affordable. We don't really care about the money per se. We're just trying to help people become good traders. So you'll see with our coaching sessions are probably some of the cheapest in the industry because we're all about trying to help you guys. So if you're looking for personal coaching, make sure you inquire. Tell us what you're looking for, and Tim or Dan will reach out to you with our rates and availability. We are a donation-based community. If you'd like to donate to us and see value in everything that we do, again, we cannot survive and grow as a community without donations. I kind of mentioned this in each of our videos, but it's, we can't stress it enough, guys, for the watch list videos that we do every day with the alerts that we send out. So we do a day trading watch list, we do a swing trading watch list, we do alerts on both day trading and swing trading. With our trade room, we can easily be charging $150 a month for what we're offering, and we're not. We're doing everything for free. We want to keep it this way, but the only way we can keep it this way is if everybody donates. We're looking for a lot of people to give us a little, not a little bit, not a lot of people to give us a lot of money. That just helps our mission keep going forward. It's just a lot of people participating. And again, there's Tim, Dan, and myself split, 3 ways. Money doesn't go as far as you think, and not as many people donate donate as you think. So if you think a ton of people are donating to us, I would say you would be wrong. We need a lot more to keep this movement growing. So again, we cannot promise you that we won't charge membership fees down the road. We don't want to do it, but in order for us to do that, we survive on donations. So if you're on a budget, again, we have donation options, monthly for $10, $25 a month. Really inexpensive to make it affordable for everybody. So we're not charging you up front right now to do this. So if you'd like to give back to keep things growing, we have monthly donation options on over here. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And pretty much last but not least, make sure you follow us all over on our social media. You'll see over here on our website on the homepage, you can follow us Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell to receive notification updates. Again, hopefully this video and all of our videos help you guys. Again, sorry it's a longer video, but again, when I make them longer, I want to make sure that you guys are getting content, just drumming it in your head, support and resistance, support and resistance, support and resistance, patterns, just really watching how everything moves. And if you need more, again, coaching, you want to know how to put it all together, how to trade in general, how to well, that's great. Hey, that's awesome when it breaks, a certain level. But how do I do that? How do I trade? How do I trade moving averages? How do I, look at support and resistance real time? How do I get in and out of a trade? All of those types of things. That's something that Tim and Dan can help you guys out with coaching. So if you need coaching, make sure that you reach out on our website. So again, hopefully this helped you guys, and happy weekend. Enjoy.